You're camping alone. No tent. Just a sleeping bag under an open sky. A few feet away, something moves in the darkness. You hear breathing. Heavy. Close. And then nothing. By morning, you find tracks. Bear tracks. Right next to where you slept. It walked past you, smelled you, and left. Why? This question has puzzled researchers, survivalists, and evolutionary biologists for decades. Because the answer isn't simple. And once you understand it, you'll never think about predators, or yourself, the same way again. Let's start with what most people assume. Most people think predators avoid sleeping humans because we smell bad, or because we're too big to bother with. Both of those are wrong, or at least deeply incomplete. The real answer starts millions of years ago. Humans are not prey, not anymore. For most of animal history, we were. Early hominids were absolutely on the menu. Lions, hyenas, leopards, crocodiles, they all hunted our ancestors regularly. Fossil records show early human bones with predator bite marks. We were hunted, constantly. But something changed. Around 2 million years ago, humans started doing something no other prey animal does. We started fighting back, not just running, not just hiding. We organized, used tools, used fire, and hunted the hunters. Leopards that killed humans got speared. Lions that entered camps got driven out with fire. Over thousands of generations, predators that targeted humans kept dying. The ones that avoided us survived and reproduced. Evolution didn't just shape us to fear predators, it shaped predators to fear us. That fear is still in them today. When a lion approaches a sleeping human, it isn't making a simple hunger calculation. Its ancient instincts are firing warning signals built across thousands of generations of dangerous encounters with our species. The scent of a human, even an unconscious, motionless one, carries a chemical signature that predator brains have learned to associate with extreme danger. But here's where it gets more interesting. Sleeping humans are genuinely strange to predators. Think about what a sleeping human looks like through the senses of a large carnivore. You're not moving, you're breathing slowly, you're making no threat displays, but your scent is overwhelmingly present, and that scent is the scent of the species that hunts everything. To a predator, a sleeping human is a paradox. The body says harmless. The scent says lethal. Most predators, when faced with that paradox, choose caution. Because in the wild, caution is almost always the correct choice. An animal that makes a mistake attacking something dangerous doesn't get a second chance. Now let's talk about what actually happens in documented encounters. Researchers studying predator behavior in areas with high human-wildlife overlap have documented something fascinating. Large predators, lions, leopards, bears, wolves, frequently pass through areas where humans are sleeping without attacking. In some cases, the predators were close enough to touch the sleeping humans. They investigated. They smelled. They left. In one documented study in Botswana, researchers found that lions consistently avoided approaching sleeping researchers inside unfenced camps, even when the same lions would approach and investigate equipment, food, and other objects left nearby. The human body itself acted as a deterrent. Bears show similar patterns. Black bears, despite being large enough to kill humans easily, almost never attack sleeping people. When bear attacks do happen, they're almost always the result of surprise encounters. A human who startles a bear at close range, not a bear that chose to attack a sleeping target. Why? Because attacking something that could fight back is always a gamble. And sleeping humans, despite appearing vulnerable, carry the evolutionary reputation of a species that fights back viciously. There's also a crucial concept called the predator-prey size relationship. Large predators typically target prey that fits their optimal hunting strategy. A lion hunting impala doesn't want to take on a buffalo. Not because a buffalo is necessarily faster or smarter, but because the risk-reward calculation is wrong. Humans sit in a strange position in that calculation. We're not too big to kill, but we're not worth the risk. Here's another critical factor that almost nobody talks about. Fire. For hundreds of thousands of years, sleeping humans meant fire. Every predator that evolved alongside human populations learned that fire and human scent go together. Even today, a human scent carries traces of that ancient association in ways that predator senses process below conscious awareness. The smell of a human isn't just the smell of a dangerous animal. It's the smell of an animal that controls fire. Think about what fire meant to predators for most of evolutionary history. It meant pain. It meant confusion. It meant death. That association doesn't disappear in a few generations. It accumulates across thousands of them. But this doesn't mean predators never attack sleeping humans. They do. And the cases when they do follow clear patterns. Predators that have lost their instinctual fear of humans are the most dangerous. This happens in two main ways. Either through habituation, predators that have grown up near human settlements where they've never experienced humans as dangerous, or through desperation. A starving predator, a sick one, or one pushed into contact by habitat destruction doesn't have the luxury of caution. The famous man-eating lions of Tsavo, who killed dozens of workers building a railway in Kenya in 1898, weren't typical predators. They were operating in a disrupted ecosystem with limited prey. Their normal fear calculations were overridden by extreme hunger. Tigers that become man-eaters are almost always injured animals that can no longer hunt normal prey. The risk calculation changes when the alternative is starvation. So what does all of this tell us? It tells us that the safety of sleeping humans in predator territory isn't random. It isn't luck. It's the result of millions of years of mutual evolution, a history so long and so violent that it permanently rewired the instincts of some of the most dangerous animals on the planet. You are not prey. You haven't been prey for a very long time. And predators, at some deep neurological level, know it. The bear that walked past your sleeping bag wasn't being merciful. It wasn't making a conscious decision to spare you. It was running an ancient program, refined across thousands of generations, that said very clearly, this animal is not worth the risk. The most dangerous predator in the history of this planet fell asleep in a field, and the lions walked around it. Think about that.